pretty much even. It's 50-50 who's going to win. That's the last person I wanted to face in the tournament because I know that would have been my toughest match. And too bad that he didn't play his best. I think this tournament. I thought he.
You guys want another shirt?
He had a bad day, and it showed. Nelson played good, and
I don't know how many shirts they got.
I think he should have beat that Japanese guy, but hey, that's how it is in tournaments. Sometimes there's a lot of pressure, and it's you got one chance.
I only use it for sleeping. That's it.
I was going to ask you, what was first of all, how you feel about the good possibility that Super Turbo will be coming back next year?
Daigo not coming back, is that what you said?
No, I said, how do you feel about Super Turbo, ST making a comeback next year, most likely?
Yeah, actually, I'm all for that. Tell you the truth, we heard that Super Turbo wasn't going to be the main game. It was going to be AE. I was disappointed because I thought my chances, the fact that I've been playing since World Warrior, I was able to pull out some characters that people haven't seen before, or show them some tricks that that they didn't think were there or they weren't used to seeing. So
whose bag is that in the back of
yeah, I mean, Super Turbo
in the ground.
I'd rather play on that game any day than AE. So not a big deal.
Wow.
Do you know whose bag is it?
By the way, you had a lot of support. You probably didn't know this, but when we were covering AE, there was about 220 people listening on the radio that was doing the blow by blow. AE and part of Third Strike. Yeah, we did that blow by blow, and that was great. It was great seeing you win.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, the thing about it is that when you wake up for the day of a tournament like that, and you got such a tough lineup. I mean, playing Valle first match, that was kind of a nightmare. I mean, we had such a close match in EVO.
Hey, Valle, he says you're a nightmare.
It was really close again. I mean, I lost the first game, and I had to take a second to kind of regroup and get my concentration back, and I was able to kind of edge him out just by a little bit in the end. But he played tough. I mean, he beat some very good players, and definitely one of the best players in the United States at AE, ST, and those old school games. So props to him.
You know what? Actually, all the people that are on the phone right now, because all of you guys are top players, I wanted to tell you, how do you guys feel that most likely at some point during the tournament you were actually playing in front of Capcom reps?
I had no idea that they were actually there. I was just playing and wanted the tournament to be really exciting. You sometimes get grand finals or finals where you know who's going to win, or it doesn't seem so exciting, and people don't get excited about it. I guess, I don't know, Alex, what do you think? Do you do things to get people all wild up and happy and excited, or do you just stick to like?
Well, I mean, personally, for me, it's exciting. When I'm up there, you see me pumping my fist, you see me, jumping up when I win. I mean, I'm juiced.
Yeah.
That's the highlight of the whole tournament. I mean, we're on stage there. We got hundreds of people watching. There's a lot of pride on the line. And I think that, the pride for me is it's more important than the money. I mean, you got a chance to be great.
Well, I don't know, man. If they offer like $20,000 or $30,000 first place, that's pretty. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
For sure. Hey, look, the money doesn't hurt. And I like the money. That's great. But how would it look if I won Evolution and then I lost the exhibition match? So to me, that exhibition match versus Daigo after Evolution, that was just as big as a tournament in my eyes, because that solidified that this is no fluke. Americans won this year, and that's really what I wanted to kind of prove.
Yeah,
isn't it awesome that they're actually going to have a perfect version of Super Turbo out for next year's Evolution? No more AE crap, no more CE Bison, none of that.
Oh my God! Yeah,
and you guys get to bring DSP over to that version, the real version. Not PlayStation 1, not AE. And show them what's up. Well, wait a minute, you guys showed what's up already.
Oh, who, DSP?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, credit to DSP.
He was close to getting top 8, man, but.
he's got no one to practice against over there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm sure there's some players, but I don't know how many people take AE seriously. I think that there's a lot of Marvel players over there, maybe a lot of Third Strike. I'm not really big on the other games, so I don't really know too much about it, but it seems like it's a little shallow when it comes to some of the old school games. And I give the guy credit. At least he was able to make a showing and represent someone from the East Coast. I just think that overall we got some legends on the West Coast, some real hardcore players, some guys that have been around the game for a long time, and I mean, there's no shame in losing any of them. So.
Hey, this question is actually is Tong still on the phone?
Yeah, Genghis is still on the phone.
Okay.
Genghis, you still there?
I just say for the Marvel players. Any of you guys planning to go to the
Digital Life tournament?
The Digital Life tournament,
grand prize in October?
Yeah.
Wow. Valle and I, you know what? We actually talked about that on the way home today. It's a maybe. We'll see what happens.
So we're talking about, well, how much is it? $5 or $10 grand?
It's $10 grand for first place for Marvel.
Ooh, I didn't know that. $10 grand.
Yeah.
All right, so you know that Justin's going to be there.
Yeah, I know Justin's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, oh, wow. Ooh, man, I don't give you very... I mean, it's really... Think about October seems so far away, but it really isn't because we're only talking about less than 2 months.
Actually, yeah, that's actually only a month away.
Yeah, and so...
A month and 1-2 weeks, I'd say.
Please, somebody give him some competition. Because I don't even think that dude lost more than 1 round. Throughout all of EVO. So please, somebody give him a run for his money. Make him work for it. Shoot. Make it a fun final. That was the only bad thing. I don't want to say bad, but that was the only thing about EVO that kind of got me down was that the finals were sort of anticlimactic, with the exception of CVS 2. But like the Third Strike, I was like falling asleep. But
yeah. Actually, I agree with that. That's I think the CVS 2. That final was actually pretty good, but it seemed like all the other ones, they were kind of lopsided. So. What are you gonna do?
So what did you? I mean, besides AE, Alex, what did you enjoy the most about EVO? What did you like?
You know what? I mean, I got to give the Cannons props. I mean, man, that was an awesome tournament. I mean, when I walked into the Red Rock, I'd never been there before, and I was thinking, man, is this for real? So we're here to play Street Fighter. I mean, this is like a 5-star hotel. I was pretty blown away by that. I mean, it's just the scene was cool. There's a lot of people. Everyone was pretty chill. People want to hang out. Play games. Have a few drinks. It was a great time. So I'd say overall, it was a lot of cool people there, and I think that made the event really.
You're
good.
glad you came out of retirement, just to get back into this, and just
Yeah, I think
are you planning?
Right.
Yeah, I think you picked the perfect time to come back.
Yeah. When I was talking to you, I guess he was kind of surprised that me and my brother played for such a long time, and we were able to come back and compete so well. It kind of blew him away. Because over there, I think it's such a serious sport that just happens. People when you quit, it's it. So.
Well, you know what? I always tell people that I meet. They ask me, so what I do? I say, I play video games. What for? Well, I say, well, you know what? Look at video games like. Okay, it's not treated as a serious thing right now, but it's just skateboarding, 30 or 35 years ago. It wasn't even serious, but now it's a big thing, and now video games, 15 or 20 years ago, however big it wasn't that big, right? But now, evolution, it's stepped up. It's big. It's
blown
huge.
up.
Yeah, we got sponsorships, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a mainstream thing, down the road, and all of us were the pioneers. We were there. We witnessed it, how it was small in the beginning, and then how it became a big thing. You'll see it on ESPN. You'll see it on all types of shows.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, I was there in the beginning, over at Sunnyvale playing weekly tournaments with the Cannons and Thomas and John Choi, Jason Nelson, Jason Cole, all those guys. I've known those guys for like 15 years, and the prize used to be a bag of tokens. That used to be first place prize, and just the fact that it's $5,000 now. You have Toyota sponsoring things, and you've got players from every different game all over the world, coming over here to compete. That speaks volumes right there.
And they come out to play their hearts out.
It means a lot to them. Hidalgo said something to me that kind of surprised me. He said, he was possibly thinking of maybe not playing for a year. Taking a year off of video games, and I was a little disappointed to hear that. And I asked him why. He said, I play this game pretty serious, and all these games serious, and it's no fun when you don't win tournaments. and that's a sad truth. It is no fun. But on the flip side of that is, it's a lot of fun being a participant in one of the tournaments and competing at the top level. I mean, there's only going to be one winner for a tournament, so that means every single other person is going to take second or below. And I think there's no shame in having a great tournament and not placing first, just as long as you competed and you play your best. So.
You know what? That one winner per tournament, that's true. I mean, it was true for a long time, but I don't know if you've heard about the history between me and Ricky Ortiz. Do you know about that, Ben?
I'll repeat that.
Do you know about that? About the one winner at any tournament? We did something really silly, I mean, at the time, it was a good idea for me and Ricky, okay? Ricky and I, we went to Texas Showdown, and we were both from California. We were really dominant players. So it was me and him, top two. And we told Javi, hey, Javi, dude, we just want to say California is the best, and just let us tie for first. So we tied for first. So there was two winners for the tournament, and Justin Wong and Arturo, and then they had a three-way tie for first. So I'm just okay. You know what? That was probably off topic, but
Yeah, no. Actually, that's a good topic because me and my brother have kind of discussed that before. I mean, being brothers and getting to the finals of some of these tournaments, that kind of stuff comes up. What do you do in those types of situations? Whether it's good friends, your family. But the way we've always handled it is, maybe it's because I'm from the old school, but we just play it out. I mean, just
yeah. So now I understand. Because Ricky and I, we didn't really play it out. We just picked our funny characters and had a funny show.
Yeah.
I guess the crowd didn't really like it because they traveled from far away just to see this kind of stuff. They want to see the two best duke it out and see who is really the best out of the two. So just anyone who went to the first Texas Showdown, I apologize for that. All right, so it won't be like that ever again.
It's good. I think that's the thing is people want to see you wear your heart on your sleeve. And when I played my brother in the finals, hell yeah, we were happy to get to the finals and compete against each other. But I told him I was up 2-0 in the winners back, and I said, look, I'm up 2-0. I said, I'm gonna play my best. I'm gonna beat you. And I said the only way. I said if you can come back and you can beat my Dalsum, I said you deserve to win this. And I don't know if you guys watch the videos, but he pulled out some kind of miracle. I felt like I should have won that day, but he just he one up me. But he had to earn that. I wasn't gonna give that to him because I don't think he would have respected himself, and honestly, I wouldn't respect him as a champion unless he.
You know what? I got a question for basically everyone that's on the phone. It's like, I was telling people since this radio station began about 2.5 weeks ago that, of course, for any community to sustain itself, it needs to grow. We need to have new blood. I mean, have you guys ever, thought about, now some of you already done it, but have you guys ever thought about, finding interesting people who are interested in learning the game and personally training them? I mean, especially if you're one of the few people that are around an arcade.
I have been looking for someone to pick up my team. I'm the only guy who plays my team. No one else plays it, and I just want to train somebody.
Well, there's a lot of people who say that Spiral is your character and that's it. End of story.
Yeah, well, I need someone else. Someone else needs to play Spiral too and be Spiral. be the person who knows how to play her. Be the person who can win with her.
I was just gonna say is maybe maybe it's like one of those things where maybe you can collaborate with someone to make a Spiral how-to video, because you know how they release those how-to videos for Marvel, and maybe show some of the more advanced tactics that you can use with Spiral, and then also show them what different teams you can use with them. I mean, I saw some interesting things with this was a long time ago with Spiral and Tronbon. I've seen some interesting things with Magneto's Spiral Tronbon. Then you mentioned Spiral Storm Sentinel. Interesting teams. So I think if you were to collaborate with someone, make a Spiral how-to video, it is. But unfortunately, it's just the culture. I think a lot of people want to take the quickest and most efficient ways to victory, and to most people, Spiral isn't it. Huh?
Pick the characters that do the most damage.
Right. So to me, don't get me wrong, winning is important, but to me, I always like variety. I'm all for variety. I always want variety in any game, and that's one of the things that kind of turns me off about Marvel, is that there isn't a heck of a lot of variety. People will say there is. Maybe I'm just not at that skill level where I can discern that, but I really don't see too much variety in Marvel anymore.
Alex, I don't know if did Alex mention this on the radio where you're a pro, or you're a top player if you play a character that has a disadvantage against another character and still win? Did he mention that on the radio?
Yeah, he told me about that. He told me. And
okay. So, and the first thing that popped in my mind is like, you know what? That's true, because Spiral is not like the strongest character in the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
She has some tough matchups, but being as stubborn as I am, I just stick with her and just learn how to use her to beat every character that's in the game. So
yeah,
I'm a top player, right?
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. You got to stick to your guns, right?
Yeah, stick to your guns.
Stick to your guns. Play the way you should. That's a good question about how do you think you could get more players into the game? And I talked to Graham about this, and I think the thing is that a lot of these people that come to the tournaments, some of the lesser players, some people that you might call scrubs, etc. They're really into this game, and all they're looking for is maybe to talk to a top player, or get a little advice from them, or play a few practice games against them. And believe it or not, I think that means a lot more than most people can imagine. And I know that when I was playing, in this evolution, there was a warm-up cabinet, and we spent a lot of time playing against a lot of different players on the SC machine that they had set up, practicing against anyone who wanted to practice, giving people advice, how to do certain counters with different characters. And I think people really appreciated that. I think that really brings the game up a lot more. What I didn't see was a lot of the top players, the other top players, participate in that. And I'm not trying to dog them or anything, but it would have been nice to see them practice against other players on the machine that's set up kind of free play. Instead, what I saw is hey, maybe they have their 2 or 3 buddies that they practice with, or they went to their room and they practiced. And I think that in a sense kills the game, because how else is the average Joe going to play against one of the champions? Are they going to qualify in the tournament, or are they going to get to the semifinals? Or maybe are they going to get 1 in 100 shot of playing you in the bracket? Chances are no. So what makes the tournament great for them, and the event great, is if they fly out 1,000 miles and they get to play 10 games on a practice machine against one of the world champions. That's priceless for them. So I think that could help out a lot.
You know what? I was just going to say, one of the problems I see with certain gaming communities is that it's more than a community; it's a clique. And if you're not in it, there's no chance for you to get in it. And I'll give you a good example. I live about 15 minutes south of Seattle. I live in SeaTac. That's what they call Seattle Tacoma. So it's SeaTac. I live right across from the airport. One of my favorite games is Guilty Gear. And they basically would not give me the time of day. They say, yeah, we'll do it, and then they never follow through with it. And that happened like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. You know.
Yeah, that's weak. That's weak. You know. I mean, I think the whole attitude that I'm too good to talk to someone that's not a pro or not at my level. I think that that needs to be dropped, and people need to be a little bit more open-minded. I mean, there's been a time in every great player's tournament history where they weren't that good, or they weren't the best, or they were learning how to play. And if it wasn't for someone that was better than them, showing them the ropes or practicing against them, they wouldn't be where they are. So, yeah, give back a little bit. Play those 40 games on the free play machine and beat some people up and entertain them for a little bit.
That's true. I mean, there was a guy who went up to me and said, "Hey, Doug, let's money match 2 out of 3." I'm like,
yeah.
No, I don't want to really do that. He's like, I don't care if I lose or win. I just want the experience. I'll pay $5 for the experience. I think to myself, are you serious? And I guess Alex he's talking about it right now, and right there, a light bulb just clicks, just turned on for me right now.
Oh, these guys are. I mean, these guys talk about you guys on the forums like they're their baseball team or their football team. I mean,
I don't feel like that though. See, when guys come up to me and say, "They'll tell you, you this and that, that's so cool." I'm like, wow, thanks, but I don't think of myself like that. It's just you're just a regular person playing a game and doing your best, and people like the show, so I guess that's what we like to do or something.
No, you don't think of yourself as this great person that no one should approach or whatever. So you're just doing your own thing, and maybe people are too shy to approach you or talk to you or whatever, because they feel like they're not as good in the game as you. But and that's what I think. I think next year at EVO it would be great to have some practice tables set up, and just have some of the pros warming up on there and just free play. Anyone who wants to challenge.
You know what?
Challenge.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Set something up.
Yeah, I mean.
Actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
there's nothing to lose. There's a lot of players that I lost to before the tournament. Some of them I never even had seen them before, and I give them credit. I'm like, man, you play a good camera, you play a good DJ, or whoever you played, and maybe that was the highlight of the whole tournament for them. They went back, saying, hey, this is worth it. I'm going to come back again.
That relationship is so huge. There is no way you can know every single person there. So what I did was I just walked up randomly to anybody and said, hey, what's your name, man? And they're like, well, I was saying, hey, my name's Doug. Nice to meet you. And I said, what do you do? What do you play? Are you here? Did you enter any tournaments? And we talked for 5, 6, 10 minutes or whatever, and then I'd just be on my way. Even sometimes people, sometimes people just go and and I guess other people don't like socialize or anything, because the stereotype is that all people who go to these things are like nerds and they're non-sociable people. That's not true. You just go there, have fun, do your thing, talk to people. Don't be scared, man. There's so many people that are new. Talk to them. See what they're all about, and did they come?
I had a funny experience with that too, because when I first moved to Las Vegas, I lived in Las Vegas for about 7 months. I actually went to the arcade. This is my first time being in an arcade in a while, and there was this guy playing Alpha 3, and and I was like, okay, cool. I got Alpha 3. I noticed he was using AVO. I'm like, okay, cool. I picked AVO. It's fine. Cool. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go play against this dude. Well, the dude beat the fucking pants off me. I mean, it wasn't even. I might as well let the computer play. I mean, that's how bad I was. And I looked at him. I'm like, okay. He's no scrub. I'm like, okay, well, hold on now. It's like it ain't all over yet. Second round starts. He has a meter. He jumps in with jumping fierce, crouching mid, and then cancels into a super fireball. 40% of my life gone. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, he just keeps on going at me. I'm like, get off me, dude. Come on, get me off. I mean, he perfected me. I'm like, I told the dude, I'm like, you know what? You be pretty good. You might want to enter one of these tournaments one of these days. It's like, and then he gave me his name, but then I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you should. There's a site called SureYouCan.com. You might like it. Look on it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm on there all the time. I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, you on? I said, what name you use? APOC.
Oh, APOC.
APOC. I'm like, yeah.
Tweak Park?
Yeah, that really was like, that was my
I haven't
experience.
seen that guy for 1 whole year. I seen him during Evolution. It was, you know what? It was great to see, old faces.
Hey, Park's awesome. That guy's great.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. Him and Nelson, man, those guys back me up.
Yeah. APOC hasn't posted in a long while on Shoryuken. Because, when he posts like, pages from the Bible or something.
He writes an episode,
Yeah, an episode, each single day.
A little story. Yeah, but that guy's got skills, It's actually, I had a chance to play against him before the tournament, before my matches, after he had already been eliminated. And it's kind of disappointing because me and my brother were actually both scouting him before the tournament and thinking that he had a chance to at least, do some damage at EVO, and I think he fell a little bit short of what he's capable of. Along with some other players. I was hoping that Watson would own up a little bit more. Also Cole. Cole's got some major skills too. So, but again, I think a lot of it is the practice. If you don't practice, or you got no one to practice against.
Or how about, you know what? Some people, they complain about brackets. What do you think about that? What if you took, okay, let's just say, for example, you, your brother, Alex Valle, Mike Watson, and Cole were in the same bracket, and you knew that only 2 would make it out of that bracket, and you have 7 other brackets where lesser skilled players are in there, and these, I guess East Coast people call them Johnny Donuts, they make it to the top. Mm-hmm. How would you feel about that?
I have 2 feelings about that. I think that, it's good to see top players, number one, because then you don't have, like, Daigo versus me in the first match. That's kind of ridiculous, But at the same time, if you do have a lot of tough players in your bracket, I think that complaining about it is not going to do anything. The bottom line is if you want to win a tournament, you have to beat everyone. You got to beat people.
Yeah.
So you can't tell yourself, hey, look, I'm the best in the world, et cetera, but I got a bad bracket and I lost. If you're the best in the world, you will win. Daigo had that 30,000-man tournament that he entered in. He won that.
Yeah. Guilty Gear?
I'm not even sure what it was. It was maybe Alpha or some kind of game. I forget, but he won that, and Lord knows I'm sure he had a tough bracket. So. Everyone's had him. I felt like having to play Valle at the top of the semis, that was tough, and then having to play right before that I played Onuki, and then right after that I played Jason Nelson. So that's 3 really tough matches in a row right there. But at this point, me and Graham, we had talked about this. There's no free wins. When you get to to a certain level in the tournament, you know that every win from here on out is a big win. So,
no such thing as free. You gotta work for it.
No such thing as free. You either put up or you shut up at that time. So that's it. Yeah. Time to shine. You gotta play. You just gotta win.
I got a question about that. We was actually discussing that earlier on the radio. We were discussing about the placings. They did it by zip code, but they failed to take in to consideration the distance between zip codes. Because if you live in a city where there's 11 different zip codes, then you can conceivably have a bunch of the people from the same area in one bracket. Is
that what they did by zip code? I thought for EVO they did zip codes for EVO West and East, and for finals they did it by region. Because I could have swore that's what they did. Maybe there was a post about it being seeded by regions, and not zip codes.
Rankings.
Well, that's obviously there's some flaws. There's some major holes into that system. Realistically, if you look at let's say even a tennis tournament, because that's a good example. It's set up pretty much the same way as a Street Fighter tournament as far as the brackets go. They seed the top 16 and 32 players in a 124-man tournament. And they do that because you don't get any really lopsided. You take the best 32 players or 16 players in a big tournament like that, and if you do seed them and split them up, you really have a quality tournament. And at that point, you're not going to see this, a bracket of death where you got
you know the term for that it, huh, Alex?
Yeah. I played,
Black bracket of death.
Before EVO 1 console, I played the last tournament I ever played was the EVO that they had at UCLA. I practiced a week before it with Jason Nelson, which clearly wasn't enough, but I had everyone in my bracket. There was, Thomas, Watson, Choi. There's like 3 other players that were, top level, and it was tough. I got third in that bracket, and it happens. But at the end of the day, I wasn't, it was kind of disappointing about my bracket, but the real disappointment was that I didn't win my matches. And I think any good player is going to tell you that.
Wow. What I was just about to ask, first of all, thanks for all of you coming on the radio station. I mean, this is mad cool. This is what I wanted to do. I got, you guys are.
What's the feedback right now, Ben? Are people getting bored right now, or are they like really interested?
No one's really speaking right now, but they're still still listening. Right now, there's still about 45 people listening right now. I think I guess it's a little bit of a letdown compared to what we were talking about earlier. Earlier was a lot crazier, but that's the good thing about
you guys
radio.
Are nuts.
Huh?
That was like Comedy Central right there. You guys are. That was
With
nuts.
who? Skeletor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Why was just
God.
putting down the hurt on that guy? I don't know. I was on the phone. I couldn't hear what he was saying. I couldn't hear anything. I was driving, but what Valle was saying, man, I was not.
I got a question for all of that someone's asking for all of you. What are your thoughts about the first-person shooter as being the most popular scene right now, and if the fighting game community can take over media-wise?
You mean like Counter-Strike, Halo, things like that? Well, I think those games are popular because they're connected via online, and internet is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, the fighting game community, we need on-the-dot execution. Imagine playing Marvel with 2-second lag, playing against Magneto or Sentinel or Storm, fast characters. How do you expect to block that? You can't. So unless they find some way to make it where there's like virtually no lag on any type of fighting game, we're gonna have a long road before we catch up to first-person shooter tournament.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that the first-person shooters are always gonna they just have so many people on the internet playing that crap, and
yeah.
But the thing that we got that's a little bit better than I think those games is that if you're just a normal person, you can't understand what the hell's going on in those first-person shooters. You don't know anything. I don't need to play Marvel or CBS 2 or Street Fighter Third Strike to know what's going on. I can still enjoy the match as a spectator. There's a scene around it. It's kind of exciting. We got crowds and everything like that. So it's definitely, I think it's more lively than watching a bunch of guys, sit around 100 computer screens. And there's no way to even televise that or display that on a giant monitor because everyone's looking at something different. So I'd say that's where we have an advantage, but they just got like 1 billion people.
We have more people.
Yeah, they got way too many people playing that crap.
Yeah, I was about to.
It's a long road for us, but you know what? In due time, just keep at it, and we will grow. It's like that movie. What was that one movie where they say build it and they will come?
Field teams, I don't know if it's going to happen the same way as that, but that's going to be the same thing for Street Fighter, but, I guess we can always dream.
I feel kind of cool, though, because, having you guys all on the phone, especially, talking, this would be my, I talked to a couple of you several times, like Valle and Duck, and it's been great, because, I do plan on coming to EVO next year and doing the radio broadcast from EVO.
You have your own little station, and you're gonna broadcast live, maybe a video cam or something like that.
Yeah, but more than that, I want to be able to. I'm a gamer myself, and even though I'm not that good, at least I can go up to you, Alex, or you, Valle, or you, Duck. I can go up there and hey, you have to play around. I never played you in any game. I just want to see where I am at. And then after you perfected me, and then I go, okay, now I know where I'm at. Thanks, you know.
Well, hey, if they bring back Mario Kart next year, you can show Justin Wong what's up in that.
That's right. I mean, actually, I have a money match against Justin Wong and Marvel.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. He
really?
can't.
Wow.
Is that what you call dead money?
Yeah. No, I mean it's a money match in Marvel. He can't. Okay, this is. I have certain stipulations on the match.
Stipulation.
Yeah. He can't use Cable, Sentinel, Magneto, Tron, Commando, Psylocke. Let's see, Blackheart, Doom, Spiral. I think I'm missing a couple. And then the second stipulation is that he has to play with a bag over his head, and there's only one cutout for his eye. The third is I'm allowed to play with programmable pad.
Okay.
That sounds pretty good, actually. That could be a good bet.
Yeah, so there you go. So what I plan to do is to choose Storm, and then run away and wait for him to suffocate in that paper bag.
Oh man, that's a pretty handicapped match. I don't know if
win that money.
I don't know if I bet against Justin though. That fool, even with the paper bag on his head, he's probably still pretty sick in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll find some way to destroy me, and it's just. So I mean, and I did have a stipulation of 50% health, but I took it off. But yeah, that's the money match. He agreed to the terms. We discussed it earlier. He agreed to do that.
So probably just have him pick Team Shoto or something. Team Shoto. Ryu, Kinnikuman.
But see, Team Shoto is actually a good team, and man, you know what? I just think he might be playing with that team. Damn it! I should have outlawed those 3 characters. Oh well. No, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and I mean, like I said, next year I can't really wait to meet all of you guys because I do want to get back into gaming. That's the one thing I know that this EVO was the best is that it even wanted to make me to get back into gaming. But I want to learn Super Turbo. I want to learn Marvel. And then I want to learn Third Strike. And look what I got on the phone. I got Alex Wolfe, Alex Valle, Doug. Tong. I mean, there you go. I got the masters right in front of me.
And we can all give you a little help in each game, so. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I want to say one thing before I take off. I gotta get going, but I'd like to say that I was impressed at the change in attitude in this EVO. I think that the Americans start believing that they could beat the Japanese this year, and I think you saw that in every single game. It wasn't even as nearly the same as it was last Evolution, where the Japanese dominated in everything. They got beat. Daigo didn't place top 3 in any game, and that's impressive because that guy's a damn good player. So props to all the Americans for holding it down and showing people that we got skills too. Props to Jason Nelson for getting to the finals. That was pretty unexpected, and for Alex Valle beating the match. And everyone else that played in the Third Strike, CVS2 tournaments, and Marvel. You guys show people what's up. So that's pretty much it. Just want to congratulate everyone. It was a pretty great event. I'm sure I'll be back next year.
Well, man, thanks for coming on and doing the interview with us, man. We really do appreciate it. And hopefully, we'll be able to get you on, at some other time.
Yeah, definitely. I'll hit you guys up when I have some time, and I'll throw down some more shit on the AlphaISM. It's tight. Props for getting the radio star. It's pretty cool.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right, man. You guys take care. Peace.
Bye. All right, Ben. I think that drive from Vegas drained me, so I'm going to hit the sack and go back to the real world, just like Alex said earlier tonight.
Are you guys home yet?
Yeah, we've been home. We've been home already, maybe for almost an hour now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. You guys take it easy.
You have work tomorrow, right?
Huh?
You have work?
I'm probably gonna be calling in tomorrow.
Calling in?
Yeah. So I'll probably be
All
on,
right.
all day tomorrow.
All right. Well, hey, then you have a good night, all right?
All right, you too, man.
And thanks for having me on the radio. And thanks
Nope.
for,
No problem, man.
we appreciate it.
All right.
Later, dude.
All right, bye. People, that was Alex Wolfe. That was Alex Valle, Ducvader. Oh, Genghis Tong, Mike Ross. Wow. Talking about a convention, a convening of the minds. Yeah, some of the best players in the freaking world congregating on one phone line. That is truly exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed the interviews. I hope you guys had a great time. By the way, if anyone has anything else they wanted to comment on, they can call into the radio station. Alright, anyone has anything else they want to add? The number is 425-738-6216. Oh, is that about it? Yes, it is. Alright, people, I'm going to shut this down for tonight. We'll resume this tomorrow. I'm most likely calling in tomorrow, so I'll be on all day. I mean, the radio won't be on all day, but no, I'll be available most of the day. Alright, you guys take it easy. Bye-bye.